$30 for classic cuts, $30 for fades and beard lineups, $35, $15 for beard trim and lineup. And there's No Frills, where an old Loblaws used to be a couple years back. And Loblaws does own No Frills. For anyone that doesn't know, No Frills is a cheaper sort of version, a discounted version of a lot of the same brand items that you would get from Loblaws. A bit less of a selection, but you know, if you're looking to save a buck, I'd much rather go to No Frills as opposed to Loblaws. So I'm just strolling down Riverdale Park here. Kind of coasting my way back home. .505 Dundas Street West. Heading to Dundas Street West Station. Cool little store called Morningstar East. Besides, this driver actually waited, you know, for pedestrians to get on and off, passengers to get on and off the streetcar. A lot of the times they don't. Hello. And they'll just pretty much almost cut you off. Like, I've gotten off multiple streetcars and a car was right there blocking the way. It's like, dude, that's like a $1,000 fine, man. Like the high rise here. I'm a super fast counter, so I think that's 27 flights. Hey Medano, good afternoon to you. It started as a pretty overcast morning and mid-afternoon. Is starting to change. The sun is coming out now. So I think it'll get a bit brighter. It was calling for rain possibly, but I don't know. I think we might dodge that. And I'm just coming actually from doing a few errands. And I also did our first recording with Yoshi for our new upcoming channel. I'll send a link in the description down below. Yoshi Walker Food Explorers. So that will be uploaded either today or tomorrow. Yeah, we've had so much rain. Like yesterday, Medano, a friend and I were planning to go to Cherry Beach, and by the time I arrived at her place at noon, it was like pouring for hours, so that canceled our plans. Absolutely, yeah, we got the first video with Yoshi and went pretty fairly well, and you know, many more to come, dozens more to come, so that was the tip of the iceberg. 25 subscribers on that channel already, so we haven't even uploaded the first video, so that's great. and some people just playing tennis here. Someone's down there with a Pomeranian, I believe. Pomeranian dog. I've always loved East York and extensions of East York. Blue Heart Snipey across the street there. You see a lot of them in East York in the windows. Thank you, Medano. So are we. We're we're curious to see where this takes us, you know? So it's a new, interesting experience. Yoshi and I, every time we're talking, it's always about food, right? It's always about what place has the best chicken, what place has the best burgers, etc. So, like I said before, after a while, I just said, you know, why don't we just make a channel out of this? So, yeah. I will say we went to Dairy Queen. I'll say that much. So, yeah, we just tried a couple of items there, but we had to go to a specific one because not all of them are the grills. They only had the chill, so yeah. It was nice, you know, no copyright music. Kind of just got to sit on our own with no one bothering us. And this could potentially be a little dog park, but someone's playing ball, and of course you see the infamous Riverdale Hill approaching. So yeah, just a quiet afternoon pretty much. I normally don't stream this early in the day, but since I got off early and, you know, sort of in the area, and I don't really record around here as much as I want to, but we'll do so in the near future. I figured, you know, fire up a quick live stream, but I'm not sure how much battery power I have left. Of course, my battery drains pretty quickly when I live stream. Plane that's going to land on the water there. I think I actually remember doing one of my first live streams, and it was actually in this area, but I went up the hill. I started at the other side, maybe sometime in March. I'm still relatively new to live streaming compared to some other people in this community who've been doing it for years. And here's the real view. So yeah, you know, during the winter, I assume they do a lot of lawn work beforehand, you know. Everyone toboggans down here. I used to do so as a kid. But people can do multiple activities. Bring their dogs out, track and field, have a picnic. Just do your workouts, do whatever this guy's doing. The ground is yours. Or just sit up here. Many reasons why this is one of my favorite areas of the city, actually. And I think Johnny's too. Johnny loves to come around here. And I can definitely see why. So we see a bit of the DVP stretching. Starting to see more and more yellow fire hydrants. I guess red is out. Red is passé, it's all yellow now. Got a solar panel up there. Yeah, it's a pretty good area to set up one. I'm not sure what it's providing energy for, but pretty cool to see. So I'm just gonna go along the stretch here and then cross over westbound one of the bridges. That'll take me remotely close back to home. I was thinking of going more to in the depth of residential areas eastbound on East York, but I'll have to do that another time. I like going there at night. I've done a few pre-recordings there in the residential areas, and it's honestly one of the most peaceful, pleasant areas to record in, so that will be happening in the near future. Family picnic. Multiple people just having picnics. Must be really nice to live in one of these houses. You know, the view you get, it's very peaceful, quiet. Seems like a nice little cafe across the street there. It appears to be one. Or a little bakery, I'm not sure. Maybe a combination of both, but it definitely suits the area. Absolutely Medano. It's an area that hits close to home for me, so I've actually made a counting game of all the colored hearts and windows. You go into the residential areas in East York, and pretty much every fourth house has a colored heart in the window. I actually made a counting game of it in one of my earliest pre-records. That's what I did quite a bit before I started to branch out and I moved. I was closer to East York at that time, so even just to come here and hang out on my own, you know, I don't even need to do a recording, but it's always good as a bonus. Yes, local businesses, please save them. We need as many as we can get. Same with the independent convenience stores, the mom and pop shops, you know. Too many franchises just kind of ruining the area. There was an infamous theater, speaking of East York. It's kind of near Greenwood in Danforth, if I remember correctly. It was an infamous old theater from like the early 1900s. And then in 2011, they demolished it for a Circle K. It's like sacrilege. You take this beautiful historic piece of Toronto out for a Circle K and a Tim Hortons. Boo! Please save as many as you can. Oh, cut through here, why not? And I can dip through a couple other side streets before I eventually hit the bridge I'm looking for. We have Hennick Bridgeport Hospital. Can't say I've ever been in there. Oh, you go back even before I do, eh? The Roxy Theater. Was it a movie theater back then? Because when I was about 10, back in 2000, I think I saw the Tigger movie with my little baby sister there. But it was just a nice historic theater then, you know? Bus not in service. Makes you wonder what all these buses that are not in service are actually doing, where they're going. For years they would have midnight showings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That sounds pretty cool. Classic film, of course. Family house. Jack Layton Way. R.I.P. to the late great Jack Layton. And I'm just sort of curving my way through here. Seems to be a pigeon meeting that I may have interrupted. You can tell a lot of these houses are pretty historic. In these buildings. Go back quite a ways. Let's see what this says here. Gateskeeper's House, 1865. Wow. Following the opening of the Don Jail in 1864, this building accommodated the jail's gatekeeper and later its deputy governor. It features a mansard roof with dormers on the west facade. Produced with the Riverdale Historical Society, designated under the Ontario Heritage Act 2000. Heritage Toronto 2014. Huh. So just for the gatekeepers stayed, I guess, for the Don Jail. Huh. Just look at the front. Well, street view anyways. Okay, well, Blackburn Street turns into St. Matthew's Road. So I guess I'm gonna have to go on the Blackburn side as the sidewalk is closed. One of those lights that restarted itself. Excuse me, so I have to push this light or it'll go on forever and the light will never change. Yeah, those lights really annoy me. It's just like traffic, you know, this way isn't important enough to be a priority, so, you know, they make you push the button. Growing up, you would often take the 506 Carlton streetcar to go to the Gerrard Square with your mom. Yeah. It's pretty convenient from this way. I guess it just takes you right there, so. Gerrard is just a bit to the east, Gerrard Square, I mean. They tore down a good part of the strip of Gerrard Square. They tore down the no frills and I guess the outside strip that had like a Domino's and a few other franchises. I wonder what they're planning to do with that development. Gardner Expressway heading west and east. (121) Esplanade River to Broadview. Yeah, they made way for the new Ontario line. That makes sense. It's pretty much half the city's dedicated to that now. All this time, all this money, and all this work, and for what so far? Some people have made their way down there, apparently. I even see some tents in the fields there. But you gotta live if you gotta live, right? You gotta go somewhere if the city kicks you out of everywhere. And out of every park, and the homelessness crisis is not getting any better. Best of luck to them. I guess you can make your way through a path somewhere. I'm at River now, and I think the next intersection will be Parliament. Getting somewhat closer. Gotta burn off those calories that I gained at Dairy Queen. And I've seen new hybrid Hummers or fully electric. That definitely seems to be an early 2000s H2. Potentially a 20-year-old vehicle. Still seeming like it's in pretty good condition. Must have frequent maintenance. So yeah, there's a direct path you can take. Never been down here. What do I know? What did I do? Yeah, okay. Hit the right button. What a difference an hour can make. I knew the sun was definitely gonna impact and come out sooner or later, but the second it came out, wow. I start sweating immediately. These are some older developments here. I'm not sure what they're planning to do with it eventually, but it's for lower income communities. And despite the area getting rougher, the residential streets are still pretty nice and well kept. Yeah, definitely Medano. The rays are very strong right now. Nothing was worse than Sunday though. I took one for the team that day. An hour and a half, and I think it went up to like 35, but it felt like 45. Extreme humidity. But I drank plenty of water. I was warned beforehand. Thank you. So every bit of shade I definitely love. Oh man, yeah, I'm blinded. I've never seen anyone actually playing this. It just seems like a, I don't know, almost a bit hazardous, like a mess. You get tangled up in some rope, or I don't know, maybe it's fun. What do I know? It just seems like an odd placement for it, and an odd structure altogether. So I was wrong. We got Sackville approaching, and the next set of lights is Parliament. I'm gonna make a little turn here. I'm gonna get off Gerard and sort of zigzag my way to Dundas, and that's probably where I'll cut it short. A place where I may or not be heading a little bit later. So you got this huge open lot here. Again, what for? Who knows? Not me. Yep. Wow, that sewer smells like ass. Just a bunch of, yeah, bunch of grass and open dirt and random cans on the ground. There's that pesky sun. Bunch of garbage everywhere. You look. It's filthy. Hey, look at this. Come on, city, do your thing. Someone's front bumper is scraping the bottom of that curb. Guess they don't really care too much about their car. Hey, guys, welcome. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's not the worst heat-wise. Sun's coming out, but overall, the last prior 4 days have been much hotter, so I will not complain. Yeah, sunshine is officially out. Finally gonna get a bit of shade now, so trying to spot a barbecue. Anyone that has a barbecue, but I guess these little teeny verandas are too small. Unless you have a little hibachi or something, but and I'll dip around again before I head on to Parliament. So yeah, this is kind of a quiet, peaceful live stream. Unlike a few others I usually do, but you know. See, I found the barbecue, but it's on a bigger sort of deck there. And I'll go one more.
देखो स्टेज पे बैठा देखो
Wonder what these ropes are for. Window cleaning? Yeah, that's for window cleaning, all right. That is definitely a job you could not pay me enough to do, that's for sure. I wouldn't care if it was $100 an hour. I wouldn't be able to function up above 50 to 100 feet. Now I'm approaching Gerrard and Dundas. I'm officially on Dundas. Gerrard and Dundas. Parliament and Dundas. I just got off Gerrard, sorry. Have an end of a iPhone Pro Max. Huh. Who knows? Hey Juanita, how you doing? Welcome, happy Friday. I'm gonna go one more intersection up to Sherborne. After that, I am done. Look at that congestion. And that way too. Liam's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Epic Nation HD. Happy Friday to you, buddy. Mombasa Beauty Shop. Supreme cut that's long gone. And I keep changing my mind. Actually, no, scratch that. I am not going to Sherborne. Because if I live stream in that area, heaven help me. I've had people throw water bottles at me. I've had people follow me down multiple blocks. It's just not worth it. So I'm gonna dip down to Shooter. And then I'll cut it off there. 90% chance of less harassment. Dinguses. Who are you calling a dingus? Liam. I'm not sure if you were trying to call me through the chat earlier or anyone else, but that was right before I met up with Yoshi. Alex was supposed to be in it. He arrived at the Broadview station, but then he just kind of took off, had to do his own thing. So I guess we'll catch him in the next one. And you too, Liam. But if you refer to anyone ruining my live stream, yeah, definitely a dingus and a half. Wow, that's a body shop in there. Pretty cool. And I get random smells. It smells like someone's like making Mr. Noodles. Then the next second I smell like bacon. Then next second I smell like diarrhea. It's like not really the best combinations. Now I smell curry. And I'm gonna hit up a Dollarama before I head back home. Which is just right up the street here. So, to the right, to the right. I was sort of a little overdressed, I think, for this kind of weather. Good luck to you, dude. And I kind of want to cross, but that guy was going a little too fast for my liking. Two tow trucks, and one from the same company. Yeah, they are. Okay. And pretty much all of the overcast skies we had are now gone. How quickly the weather can change, eh? So I can sort of go around here. I don't want to enter the driveway though, or the parking lot, so. Looks almost exactly like a Jeep Cherokee, the same design almost. I almost thought it was one. But this is a Dodge model. The Dodge Nitro 4x4. So I'm gonna dip around the back lane here and then I'll cut it off. I'll sneak my way into Dollarama. So, thank you to everyone for tuning in. It's a bit of a different earlier afternoon relaxed one. I'm probably gonna be busy this weekend, so there'll definitely be plans for next week as far as pre-records, live streams, and Yoshi's and I's second channel. So there's a lot more to come in the horizon in the future. So on that note, thank you Medano, thank you Liam, Juanita, Yaz, everyone else. Yeah, have a happy Friday. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Eat some good food. And just have a nice, relaxing summer day. And I will see you guys in the next one. Walker, out.